Well, welcome back. It's Nerd Night here on Boomer Baseball, and backed by popular demand, Blue Glove Special. You're welcome. I'm, if anything, not mysterious and consistent about hiding my delicate, pale white phalanges from the world, and thereby protecting my beautiful mint condition cards from such things as skin, oil. Get my drift? Anyway, so welcome back. So tonight we have Quidditch expansion. So this is the 2001 Harry Potter second expansion, third set. So basically you have the base set, Harry Potter the TCG, you have the Diagon Alley set, and the third one, which is this one, is the Quidditch Cup. All in 2001, so they really packed a lot of punch into that first year, and then it dwindled subsequent years. Then they had adventures in Hogwarts or Hogwarts Adventures, and then the last set, which is the rarest and the most hard to find set, which is the Chamber of Secrets set, which I don't know if I'm going to be buying because that's expensive. Anyway, so you have the Flying Wheel, aka the Golden Snitch. Pretty cool. Looks like the Detroit Red Wings logo for all you hockey fans. And then you have the Nimbus 2000. Pretty cool. Pretty fast broom. And then you have a one of the Quidditch balls, and I can't remember the name because I'm old, flying through a hoop. And its wispy, whip-like tail with its bulbous head going through a hoop has zero humor double entendre value, so don't bother making it. That would be inappropriate. Anyway, so we have a full 36 count booster box of this goodness. And if you didn't see the promo, and I'm sorry if you did, but I'm going to read this again. In the Harry Potter trademark trading card game, you test your wizardry skills against other Hogwarts trademark students. And with the new Quidditch trademark cup expansion, you get to dodge bludgers and chase the Golden Snitch trademark on your Nimbus 2000 trademark. Lead the way to victory trademark. Anyway, I mean, they got to cover their bases, right? So in celebration of having too many TCG sets to fit in my old binder, so if you look at my other video, I found this amazing thing they did in 2001, and it's these Mead 3-ring binders. So this actually is a 3-ring binder, and it can hold modern baseball card sheets. And it's just a little too small for a 9 card sheet, so I have to cut them down to 6 card sheets. But I was able to fit 3 full sets, the 118 card base set, the Diagon Alley 80 card set, and I'll probably be able to fit a third set in there if I wanted to. But I think I might start putting the Quidditch ones in this one. Start the 3rd, 4th, and 5th set here. I mean, just look at that logo. Can't beat it. The other one says Harry Potter. This one has the Golden Snitch, so it's spot on perfect for my collection. It's vintage. It's never been touched or used in anger. Still has the bilingual promotional tag on it, or whatever you call this. Ephemera. Look at all that. Like, it's even got the theft deterrent device on there. If you were goofy enough to walk out with it, they'd know all about your thieving ways. You'd end up locked in a Gringotts vault for the next 2,000 years because they don't do very good maintenance. They're not like room service. They don't check. But if you didn't see the other video, look at this thing. Look at the pull. So that's your zipper pull. Now, originally I thought the thing was broken because it didn't have a hoop. But it turns out it just has a lightning bolt. So that's rad. It's actually not broke. But here, I'll show you the inside. So I know you're clamoring to see what it looks like. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait for it. Hold on. All right, there we go. And there's the cut down sheets. And as you can see, I don't have hardly any cards. I have like no cards. I have one Welsh Green Dragon from the Adventures in Hogwarts in here. But there's enough sheets here to hold 2 80-card sets, so whatever expansions I decide to put in here will fit. And then I have these packing bubbles here to prevent these right here. Let me show you. These buttons on both sides from smashing the cards when they're in the binder. That's the solution for now. Later, eventually, I'll get like a divider that's firm, and then that will protect the cards from those little beads, and then I can take the foam out and not have packing foam inside my binder. So isn't that cool? 2001. So it's exactly the whole point of this folder was like if it was 2001, you were collecting the Harry Potter TCG. What would you have at hand to use as a kid or as a collector? You know, I'm assuming like teenagers and kids collected this stuff. But this would be probably like the holy grail of things you could get. And I found this on eBay, and it was in a immaculate state of preservation like my last one. So I had to pick that up because, you know, I get nerdy on occasion. I don't know if you noticed. But we're going to go ahead and set this up right here. Let's tilt the camera just a slight bit. Getting busy with it. There we go. Right about there. Keep Harry in the... Nice. All right, cool. So let's do that. And let's dig in. Set these back in here. Let's get after it. See what beautiful, beautiful cards we can find. Now I'm gonna have to save like some of these at the end for my own purposes, but we'll get to that point. Stream of Flames. Let's see. Searching for the snitch. Way up above them, Harry was gliding over the game, squinting about for some sign of the snitch. Good luck there, Harry. It's elusive. Cunning Fox. Cunning. A Streeler. Dirty Slug. Gone. Rope Bind. It looks like Fang's been lassoed by Wonder Woman. And then we have Snape's Bias. When he was reffing the game, Ron didn't answer. Snape had just awarded Hufflepuff a penalty because George Weasley had hit a bludger at him. Whoopsie doodle. And then we have a Doxy. She's pretty freaky looking, bro. The legs are giving me the creeps. She's got a little spine sticking out. She's got this like 1980s like glamour MTV model face. Pretty creepy. And then Scabbers. The rat was still snoozing on Ron's lap. He might have died and you wouldn't have known the difference, said Ron in disgust. Well, that's not nice, Ron. Here, let's do it like this. Let's do commons, lessons, uncommons, and rares. Let's do it like that. Let's make sense of it. Make sense of it, won't you? All right, let's see. Oh, bother. Let's get a couple right off the bat. Let's just get some nice... Oh, never mind. I was going to try to preserve one of these packs in a mint condition for my set, but that's not one of them. Oh, Quidditch Cup rules. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. I'm not going to read it now. Fouled. Wham! A roar of rage echoed through the Gryffindors below. Marcus Flint had blocked Harry on purpose, and Harry's broom spun off course. Harry holding on for dear life. Nice. Bravado. So it's Crabbe and Goyle. Malfoy. Smash. I'm not sure why a bludger's smashing somebody's cauldron, but we'll go with it. Vanish. Mice to snuff boxes. Wow. Some would call that animal cruelty. But it's painless. Yeah, but still. Power play. Ah, that means somebody went to the penalty box. I watch hockey. I know my rules. Defense. Ooh. Pardon my enthusiasm, but what a gorgeous card. Holy mackerel, look at that beauty. Catch the snitch. Holy moly, that's beauty. These foils are great. I have this one already, but I haven't foil. I haven't graded. You know why? Because I'm a nerd. Here, let's move this. Let's move this down. Yeah, I kind of intentionally sound like George Takei or Takei. George Takei? George Takei here. Yeah, I think it's George Takei. I think Takei means expensive in Japanese. And George Takei is Takei. There's no jokes there to be made, so don't do it. It's not nice. Here, let's try to open at the bottom. And let's see if we can get an immaculate packaging so I can save it for posterity. Posteriority. I think this one's gonna work. There we go, perfect. That's what they call a keeper. So now I got a Nimbus one. Put that over there. Time out. Shut up, you two, said Wood. This is the best team Gryffindor's had in years. We're going to win, I know it. Swarm. Gone again. Practice match. Barely dodging the bludger. Wonder Woman wrapping up Fang. And there's Harry searching for the snitch again. All right, those are our commons. Now we have our lessons. Ooh-wee. Race for the snitch. I think this is Malfoy and Harry racing towards the ground at like hyperspeed. Harry was faster. Oh, it's Higgs. Harry was faster than Higgs. He could see the little round balls, wings fluttering, darting up ahead. Heck yeah, he did. Penalty shot. We got Madam Hooch. I don't know where I'm from. Hooch means like alcohol. Madam Hooch. Hoochie. Hoochie Coochie. Madam Hooch. It's a children's show. Never mind. Their teacher, Madam Hooch, arrived. She had short gray hair and yellow eyes like a hawk. Freaky, bro. Freaky. I'm already freaked out. Let's see which one is this. This is the thing with a whip tail and a bulbous head going through an opening. No jokes to be made. Actually, this one is scratched, so I'm just going to open it. This one's all scratched up. I don't collect non-mint condition wrappers, sorry. I'm too coo-for-skoo. All right, let's see. Practice match again, timeout again, research. And then, of course, there was the sheer size of the library. Tens of thousands of books, thousands of shelves, hundreds of narrow rows. Mopsis potion? Not even sure. It looks like he's blind. Clean sweep 7. You can't get around on those. Those are so like 3 years ago. All right, these are our commons. There's our lessons. Patrificus totalis. This is what she does to Neville in the books or in the movie. And Neville like falls right on his face. Like that's a crime. That was like brutal. All right, anyway. And then we got pep talk. Don't want to pressure you, Potter, but if you've ever needed an early capture of the snitch, it's now. Oliver Wood. I remember that scene. And then the rare is Neville Longbottom. Neville went bright red, but turned in his seat to face Malfoy. I'm worth 12 of you, Malfoy, he stammered. Oh, I hit my mark. I'm like a regular voiceover artist over here. I'm doing all sorts of voices. Look at me. All right, let's see if we can keep this one in a state of preservation. Kinda, not too bad. I'll keep it in consideration. It ripped a little bit, but it's not deal breaker. All right, let's set that over there and we'll contemplate its place in my collection later. Mice to snuff boxes. Bloodroot poison. The slug again, a streeler. Ouch. Alicia Spinnet being hit by a bludger, something. Another clean sweep 7. Completely not up to the task of a Nimbus 2000. Research, again. Those are the commons. Lessons. Ooh. The Comet 260. That's a fancier one. Or was it a lesser fancy one? I can't recall. Defindo. And yet another non-foil character. Oliver Wood. That Quidditch cup will have our name on it this year, said Wood happily as they trudged back up to the castle. I think that was after their very productive practice. Very productive practice. That's a lot of alliteration. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Cobra lily. Oh, bloody heck. Look at that. It's a plant. It acts like a little reptile. That's freaky. Count me out. Fouled again. Bravado again. Smashed again. Vanish again. Mice to snuff boxes again. The redundancy is real. Power play again. Into the forbidden forest. They walked in silence, their eyes on the ground. Every now and then a ray of moonlight through the branches above lit a spot of silver blue blood on the fallen leaves. Look at me, I can barely talk. Ravenclaw match. That guy looks like the dude that played Julius Caesar in Rome on HBO. The more you know. But if you don't know, now you know. All right, let's see. Let's try to open this one in a civilized manner for the old PC. What do you say? It's going to take 20 tries to get a good one anyway. Yeah, let's see. Oh, bugger. Bloody heck, Harry. Wrong. Yep. Drowsiness draught. Man, she's getting put to sleep on that one. Pulling up. Yeah, don't hit the deck. Searching for the snitch again. Gone again. Rope bind again. Oop, hold on. Straighten up these commons. Our lessons. Oh, there's something good coming up. Strategy lesson. Patrificus Totalis again. And a foil fluffy. That's very nice. As the door creaked low. All right, let's try it again. I can't see through the hologram. As the door creaked, low, rumbling growls met their ears. All three of the dogs' noses sniffed madly in their direction. See, I do it right. Start a term feast. Pretty cool. That's when they had all sorts of goodies to eat. Very nice. Is this the one I need again? Yeah. It's the one that doesn't look like a gamete. If you don't know what a gamete is, it's good. Don't worry about it. You're better off not knowing. I finally got a good one. Here we go. Wait for it. Hello. There we go. All right, now I got all three packages for the old collection. Desk into a pig. Then she changed her desk into a pig and then back again. That's not nice. Fouled again. Snake bushes again. Cobbing. What the heck is a cobbing? Is that like a hip check? Bravado again. Vanish again. Or at least we're getting some new ones. There's our lessons. Devil snare, devil snare. Shows great flair, just don't get it in your hair. I think that's what she says, right? As for Harry and Ron, their legs had already been bound tightly in long creepers without their noticing. Oh, Harry. Ron. Strategy session again. Oh, wait, that's uncommon. So is that one. Doopsie doodle. Potions class disaster. Neville had somehow managed to melt Seamus's cauldron into a twisted blob, and their potion was seeping across the stone floor. Look at Snape in the background. He's like, yeah, rock and roll. Actually, it's probably like 10 points from both of you. You're going to clean this mess up, jerks. All right, let's see. The rules again. Gone. Searching for the snitch again. Rope bind. Cunning fox. Smart. Stream of flames again. Desk into pig again. All right. Lessons again. Weakness potion. Risky. And then Hufflepuff match. That's Slytherin being the referee, I think. Up in the air. Snape Yeah, up in the air, Snape turned on his broomstick just in time to see something scarlet shoot past him, missing him by inches. Darn near killed him. Death by snitch. And then out of control again. Alright. Where's me foils? Come on, box. Where's me holofoils? You know, I got a hankering for holofoils. Where are they? Searching for the snitch again. Cunning fox. Streeler, the slug. Gone. Rope bind. Pulling up. Lessons. Weakness potion again. Oh, that's a new one. In the stands. It took perhaps 30 seconds for Snape to realize he was on fire. And that's Quirrell getting knocked over, and that's when Quirrell was cursing Harry's broom. And Hermione had lit Snape on fire in an attempt to murder him. And then as Snape tried to preserve his dignity in his life, he accidentally knocked over Quirrell, breaking his concentration, thus allowing Harry to catch the snitch. Hospital bed. Looks like a great place to be. Look at all those bird spots, every flavored beans, chocolate frogs, marshmallow mellows, pumpkin pasties, treacle tots, you name it. He got all the goodies because he's the boy who lived. So when he gets hurt, you hook him up. All right, let's see. Bruisewort balm. Okay, swarm again. Research again. Clean sweep 7. I believe we had that one. Drowsiness draught again. These are our commons. These are our lessons. Weakness potion again. Bloody hell. Oh, goody. Missing parchment. That's a new one. And now we got our first hollow foil. How about that? Wood. This is Potter. Hello, I'm Harry Potter. Mom always said Quidditch is like a box of chocolates. A box of sweets. You never know which one you're going to get. Even if you don't like it, you just eat it anyway. Don't complain. Stiff up a lip and whatnot. Anyway. Oliver Wood. How about that? Wood. Anybody? Born in the 90s? Born in the 70s? Young adult in the 90s? Support banner. Potter for president. Little Potter. All right, now we can dig into it. Let's see what we make of it. All right, we're going to put those over there. Mopsis potion? I really don't get that, but it looks like Crab or Goyle or somebody. And then another Clean Sweep 7, another Stream of Flame, Searching for the Snitch, another Foxy Fox, and another Sluggy Slug. Another lesson learned. Strategy lesson again. Defendo again. Oh, a new one. The Slytherin match. It's cool. All right. I'll take it, add it to my collection. I'll take the lot. But, Harry, that's a lot of money. Don't worry about it, Ron. Just because your family's broke, don't mean nothing. Same ones again. All right. No new commons there. 2 lessons. Oops, something juicy coming up. Stick it up for Neville. He turned his broomstick sharply to face Malfoy in midair. Malfoy looked stunned. Give me that. Remember, I'll knock you off your broom. Come get it then. Jawbind potion. Oh my god. Lockjaw potion. That's not nice. Ooh. Put her outer. Barely know her. This is Dumbledore's thing that steals light. So you can go like sneaky mode. Steal all the light. The light's not bright tonight. I'm going to have to move this around, guys. It's going to get congested, I think, if I don't. So we'll put that there. We'll put the rails up there. Oh, sorry. All right. And then, honestly, you could just put these like that. And then we could put these like this. And make some sense of the world. So y'all can see the good stuff. And the lessons could go over meow. Or meow. 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 Okay. So now we can see the goodies. There's not that many. Seamus Finnegan. Finnegan Seamus. The sandy-haired boy next to Harry in line sat on the stool for almost a whole minute before the hat declared him a Gryffindor. Not a member of the IRA. Not at all. Just because he blows things up and tries to make brandy, don't judge. Don't judge people. The kids will be kids and make explosives. Smash, bloodroot poison, bravado, mice to snuff boxes, drowsiness, swarm again. Lessons. Hufflepuff match again. In the stands again. And the rare is Hagrid needs help. Sure does. With that wardrobe, with his cologne, with his love life, with his dog, with his dragon, his job teaching. I mean, come on. Hagrid needs a lot of help. All right. With his reputation. Yeah. Ouch. Research. Swarm. Timeout. Oh, we got that one already. Streeler, there's sneaky slug. The Mopsis potion, which I don't know what the heck that is. Lessons. Power play. Snape's bias. Ron didn't answer. Snape had just awarded Hufflepuff a penalty because George Weasley had hit a bludger at him. Oh, I just realized I already read that one. Sorry. Carry on. Harry the Seeker. That's cool. Harry saw it. In a great rush of excitement, he dived downwards after the streak of gold. It's awesome. That's awesome. It's beautiful. It's like my fake Napoleon Dynamite. Dang! That's like $1 an hour. All right, let's see. Pulling up. Fouled. Again. Cobbing again. Snake grass again. Stream of flames. Streeler, the sneaky slug, again. Lessons again. Missing parchment again. Defense again. Ooh, a new one. A new rare. That's lovely. I'd like to have that foil. Halloween feast. 1,000 live bats fluttered from the walls and ceiling, while thousands more swooped over the tables in the low black clouds, making the candles in the pumpkins shudder. And then once all the bats flew away, everyone realized that every surface was covered in guano and bat urine. It was one heck of a cleanup mess, I'll tell you that. There was mites everywhere and fleas and such. It was a great feast. All right. Stream of flames, fox, rope bind, cobbing. I imagine the bats were smart. They don't pee all over the place. Otherwise, they get kicked out. They're magic bats, right? They wear like little underwear or something. They're probably house-trained. They're like house-trained bats. They do their business outside like civilized rats, you know? They don't just sit there and hang upside down from the rafters and like pee on your chicken, you know? They got sense, you see what I'm saying? Anyway, Comet 260. Oh, got another one. Sticking up for Neville. Speaking of which, wizard. There's Neville himself. Look at him. The poor sad sack. Look at him. Sweet Neville. Looks like Benny Hill. I don't know if that's the right song. I think that was like a Civil War song I just did. And Fluffy again. Non-foil Fluffy. I would love to get one of the main characters holofoils, but we shall see what we shall see. Vanish, Smash, Bravado, Ouch, Bloodroot, Snuffbox. Lessons again. Strategy session again. Pep talk again. Catch a snitch again, this time non-foil. Ooh, you can see my arms. Goodness. Showing some skin. For all of you anti-glove people, show you some skin. Bloodroot poison, sneaky slouchy, snail, swarm again. Lessons again. Penalty shot. Nice. In the stands. And no time to play. Too busy studying. People got finals, term papers. They got responsibilities, you know. All right, let's see. Swarm. Mopus, timeout, bruisewort, drowsiness, lessons, freaky doxy, hidden forest again. Ooh, check it out. Oh my god, look at that. That's gorge. What a beautiful card. The golden snitch. That's lovely. Wowie wee wah. Me like you. All right, let's see. Can you see it on camera? Yeah, a little bit. All right, bump these up. I'll do a little overlap. Do a little overlap. Okay. The sorting hat. That's cool. And long remember times ago. When he sings. It's pretty funny. When Jim Dale does the audiobooks and he does the sorting hat, it's pretty wild. If you ain't seen it or heard it, well, heard it. If you haven't seen it with your ears, listen to it. Stream of Flames, Nightmare Fuel, Snake Grass, Cobbing, Vanish, Ouch, Pig into a Desk or Desk into a Pig, either way. Lessons, Prep Talk, a Doxy, and another Harry, the Sneaky Sneaker, Seeker. Where's my foil, Harry? Where's my foil, Harry? Where's my foil, Ron? I don't know. Hopefully it's in this box. Pulling up, Cobbing, fouled. You again. Lessons again. Race for the Snitch. Pretty wild artwork here by John Foster. Petrificus Totalis. And a non-foil putter outer. Let's see. Stream of Flames, Foxy, same old, those guys, in the stands, Comet 260, and a non-foil Marcus Flint, so he's that Slytherin jerko, Slytherin Captain Marcus Flint, gains to quaffle, and off he goes, flying like an eagle up there, Lee Jordan, commentator. Pretty cool. Marcus Flint, they said he looked like he was like descended from like a troll. There was some sort of what's slander about his upbringing, that he had like a little troll in him. He looked a little trolly. It's pretty hardcore. Oh heck yeah! Look at that. Hospital bed again, but this time in the foils. Boy, that'd be cool. It's too bad they didn't put the Slytherins like in the green border, you know? They just did it for items or whatever. Marcus Flynn again. You got him back to back. What's up with that, Jack? Not even a foil. Get real. Get real. Drinking out of cups. All right, let's see. 2 lessons. Oh, got something good. Missing parchment. Defense again. Oh, back guano feast. Hold on. Let's get rid of this one. Start a term feast, non-foil, rare. And look at that. Bat guano Halloween feast. Treacle tarts covered in bird guano, bat guano. And chipolatas covered in bat guano. And puddings, bread puddings covered in bat urine. It was a sight to see. When you read it, it's so charming. You know, just like when you think about it for like 2 seconds, you start to wonder. You know, if you've ever seen pigeons fly around, it's a mess. They do not wear little pigeon diapers, I'll tell you that much. Devil snare, shows gate flare, but don't get it in your hair. That's my joke. It's not true. I made it up. But it sounds cool. Snitch again. We got like that like 3 times already. 1 foil, 2 eggs. It grows in the dark but hates the light. Something like that. Devil Snare hates the light. What should we do? I don't know how to make light. You're a witch for Pete's sakes, aren't you? Oh yeah. And then she makes like light and then it's all over. The Nimbus 2000, non-foil. Very nice. The Nimbus 2000. One heck of a broom. Does anybody remember the vibrating brooms they made for kids when this came out? Turned into like a band toy. Because certain parents who had some sense were like, that's ridiculous. It exists. Don't judge me. Jawvine Potion. Petrificus Totalis. Professor Minerva McGonagall. She doesn't get a quote? What? Like a bunch of babbling baboons or whatever. I don't know. They could have said something. All right. Cobbing, Fold, Death Snakes, Smosh, Mice, Lessons, Penalty Shot, Catch a Snitch, Trevor. When they shook their heads, he wailed, I've lost him. He keeps getting away from me. Neville Longbottom. Poor Neville. First he loses his toad, then he loses his remember-all, and then he can't remember what he forgot. Then he remembers that he's a man, and he grows up and he becomes the stud of the story, right? Pretty cool. He's the swan, the ugly duckling that turns into the swan. Another Trevor. Bloody hell, Harry. 2 toads in a row. That's not right. Ron. It's not right, Ron. That took up a rare spot and I won't forgive it. Neither will I. I will not forgive it. It's absurd. Oh, Fred and George Weasley. Looks like a watercolor style. Interesting. Too bad it's not hollow foil. So we got 2 hollow foils. I would love at least 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. But honestly, it's all good. I just enjoy opening this stuff, adding it to the collection, and awaiting more opportunities. Into the Forbidden Forest again, Weakness Potion. Oh, we got it. Look at that. Oh, we got 2 good ones. That's lovely. Look at that. The Sorting Hat. But when tales are strange and all the things and la la la. Gryffindor. Cool. Love it. Gaze into the mirror. Harry was so close to the mirror now, his nose was nearly touching that of his reflection. Mom? He whispered. Dad? Okay, thanks for breaking all of our hearts, jerks. Golly. That was sad, bro. When Jim Dale reads that in the audiobooks, it's a pretty bummer. And then he's all enthusiastic to tell Ron, and Ron's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You run to your best friend and tell him you saw your dead parents in the mirror, and he's like, yeah, whatever. All right. Ooh, we got a new one. A new one common. Chocolate frogs. What are these? Harry asked Ron, holding up a pack of chocolate frogs. They're not really frogs, are they? Yes, they are. They're slow dipped, fresh on the inside, and juicy, sweet. Just crunch through that chocolate layer, Harry, and taste the toady goodness. That'd be awful, wouldn't it? Scabbers. Why, you poor thing. You poor middle-aged man hanging out with children, spying on them when they take showers and change. It's horrible. That was the most disturbing part about Prisoner of Azkaban, when you realized, when Ron realized that this dirty rat was actually that jerk. And the idea that that jerk had like slept in his bed and like been in his pocket, and God knows what was going on. Oh man, phone call, solicitation phone call apparently. Well, we only have 2 packs, so they can call back. Call back, Jack. We only got 2 packs. Don't be a booty crack. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, we're getting down to the bottom of the barrel. Another chocolate frog. What the heck? A double chocolate frog? That's wild. And a non-foil golden snitch. All right. Well, we're down to the second to last pack. Thank you so much for joining me for Nerd Night. It's always nice to hang out with strangers who watch me from an objective distance and then judge all my nuances. I really appreciate it. But don't worry, I do the same when I watch videos. Hufflepuff match. Devil's Snare. Oh. Golden Cauldron. Very nice. That's a new rare. I like it. All right, last one. Last pack magic. Accio Hollow Cool Foil. Let's see. Let's see if there was anything to Accio. All right, let's see. Mopius. Drowsy. Wow. Something's in this. Oh, I done it. Jawbine, Pep Talk, start of Term Feast. Oh man, I am trying to do a video, people.